ideas, to express his ideas, so that we learn from him uh, the significance of time management. Over to Dr. TPS. Sir, namaskar, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
Sir, please. Namaskar.
I'm just
Namaste, sir. Namaste, sir.
I'm just putting my video on. Yeah. Namaskaram. I joined very just now. That's it. I missed the major portion of the lecture. I don't know what to add. Do you think I have to add something?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Time management. Your own views, because you did not join your ideas, your views on time management. Sir.
Yeah, as my brother Narayan Rao told me, one subject which I don't give lecture probably is time management. The reason is I can manage something only when it is in my control. We believe that time is not in my control, right? So how do I manage it? So actually what we are managing is the activity. How do I manage my activity so that 24 hours can be filled? Many people have the complaint, I don't have time. I keep saying, I am not busier than Prime Minister of India. He also has 24 hours, I also have 24 hours only. So how is it I am putting my activities into? So normal example given is, I have a bottle, the mouth is not narrow, maybe a tumbler like this, in which I have to put 3 tennis ball can be put. 4, no, because it's full. Right. Then I can put that small goalie. I can put it inside and then shake it, it will go inside. Is it full is the question. So it's not full. I can take sand and put it. Sand will find its space in between. And then it's not still full. I can pour water. The water will find ways to get inside. So the 24 hours can be filled by major activities, minor activities, my passion, my hobby, and I still have time for somebody else to take care. So it all the way I fill it. Assume that I fill water first, then sand, then pebbles, then I will say I can put only one basketball or maybe the tennis ball. That means another 2-3 balls will be balanced. So the way you give priority to things, the way you fill in the time in between, that makes us to make our time properly utilized, creatively utilized, and prioritization. This means I am prioritizing. So that prioritization is what is essentially required. This is what generally I speak on. Though I also use the word time management, I know because it's more popular I am using the word. Otherwise it's activity management which I generally speak. So I don't think I have anything more to add. Thank you. Thank you for this kindness.
Thank you very much, sir, for this example. Very nicely said that we should decide our priorities. We should see what are more important in life. So those are to be filled first, and we can have space for smaller things later on.
I'm not skipping philosophy program because I'm not having interest. But I had a meeting just now finished from 5:30 to 7:30. As soon as 7:29 or 28 it was over, as soon as that I joined here.
Sir.
So all the time the schedule matters.
So nice of you for giving these examples to decide the priorities should be filled first, so that we can have space for the lesser things later on.
Yes.
So we are giving time to everything. So that is how time can be managed. Very nicely said, sir. Beautiful example.
Thank you.
Now we have Srivastav, sir. Professor Srivastav. Let us move to him. Sir, you were there throughout the lecture. Well, some observations from your side, sir. Professor Srivastav. Well, he's there. Well, I think he is there. Yes, Professor. unmute, sir. Maybe you are put on. Yes, now, yes.
Yeah. Uh, as Professor Shashi Kumar was not here, so he's with me because I came when he was speaking. And in fact, I couldn't listen a single syllable by Alok Chandan or whosoever was speaking here. But I have heard Professor Shashi Kumar, and he has given a lot of ideas to me because he is telling that I cannot, time is not maintained. I have to maintain my works and all these things.
Professor Bhattacharya, please. Yes, please.
Yes. Good evening and namaste, sir. Sir, actually, I felt like saying that every moment I live in the present, everything I do right now is connected to whatever I've done in the past. So I cannot really live absolutely in the present unless I go back to my past. So living exclusively in the present moment is like impossible for me, and is like not possible also. You cannot live the present unless you connect yourself to the past, or you cannot do anything unless you connect to whatever you have done in the past. So how is it that you live exclusively in the present? I don't understand. Please, sir.
Debate is now two things. Yes, sir. Coming to you. Sir, now the debate is where Professor Das says the psychological time has to be lost in the physical time. But Anurima Bhattacharya says when it's a likeful event, when the event you love, then the psychological time expands. Okay. But when the event is not being liked by you, the psychological time, it contracts. But the physical time remains the same. But Professor Das says no, the psychological, for a wise man, the psychological time has to be lost in the physical time. The problem that I see in Anurima Bhattacharya for raising this question is, during the course of lecture, Professor Das said past and future, they constitute an illusion. So that's again a problem because we have lived in it. So to term the past as illusion is problematic, number one. And every moment, the next moment, okay, the next moment is my future. And I have lived it. So again, to say the future is an illusion is problematic. So we can say we do the best in the present. The best way to do is to live in the present. That we can say. But to rate the past and the future as an illusion, that becomes problematic. And that I see a problem in Dr. Aniruma. So well, this is my understanding, taking the situation into the entire course of the debate. Now let's move to Dr. DrTPS for his observations.
Yeah, beautifully summarized probably by Om Narayanji. What is experience? Experience is two types. Once you look at physical activity work, it is skill. So experience should give you okay, I have great experience of talking on some subject. So my expectation is I am going to perform well. But the time is different. Audience are not same. Here experienced people are there. So in front of an experienced people, my experience become, is it a physical experience or an emotional experience? Oh, I feel terribly I lost because I could not sum up. So I don't have experience at all. So what you have past experience. I felt that my past experience is my command over the subject where I can deliver a lecture. But that experience did not work because in the first itself I am cut off by a great experienced person. So I am now in what experience? I am a psychological experience of distress. So how my action will be? My action will not be like a wise person with all that what Srivastava was telling was Chitta Vritti Nirodha. I don't think about what happened earlier. That will not happen because we are not the so-called experts in this world. We are not Arjuna. We are not Krishna. We are a very common man as Dasji was telling. So what is our action now? Every moment our action is experiment. There is no action at all. So the first thing, my past experience, it starts with E. The past experience makes me to do some experiment for my actions now. So there is no action, it's only experiment. We cannot talk about high philosophical word like karma su kaushalam and all that. Everybody learned Bhagavad Gita, but that knowledge is also experiment only. It is my interpretation is entirely different from somebody's interpretation. No, actually Chitta Vritti Nirodha itself is a great thing for maybe Patanjali. When it comes to Ramana Maharshi, he has diluted the whole thing. Because you cannot experiment, you cannot think about the past, future and all is wonderful. No. Ramana Maharshi says it's like Jala Pakshivat Dina Rodanam. Prana Bandhanat Liyate Mana. You can control your manas and control your breath so that your mana will be, chitta will be controlled. He says it's not possible at all for common people. It's like only putting a bird in the nest. So my past experience will always haunt me because my life is always experiment. I had one great accident. So my driving is an experiment every moment, every day. I am seeing lot of past experience by many drivers on the road. So how can I drive without being careful? No, I have to be present. And that driving itself is an experiment. Though I am an experienced driver, because I have a psychological experience of listening, my brain, my knowledge, everything is haunting me all the moment. What is my expectation now? When I talk about all this, my expectation is, oh, I have done a great job. So my expectation is my future. Again, another E. So there is a saying, the past E, the experience, runs my present experiment with an expectation of, again E, of what will happen in the future. So what is that we are doing? What is action? Action is only using my experience in my experiment to achieve a great expectation. So as soon as I have done the job, that becomes a past. And then it tells me, yo, you have not done good. So who is my enemy? My own buddhi says, the way I spoke is not good. My own manas says, no, I am not good. I am not an Atmiya Purusha where my buddhi and manas will not conflict. So every moment I speak also I have a conflict inside me. While structuring the sentence, by structuring the concept, I have a confusion inside me. Should I agree with Anurima? Should I agree with Das? Should I agree with Narayan Rao? Should I agree with Srivastava? This confusion is what is making me to frame my expectation is what? I am going to perform fantastic. Oh, at the end of the sentence I found I am terribly lost. So that will haunt me for framing the next. So we are all living, we are not that Atmiya Purusha where I have reached at the highest level. No, I have not reached at the highest level. Right. So what happens is I will have conflict inside. That conflict is a psychological conflict. Maybe a blind person who doesn't care about all these common people will be able to work fantastic without any problem. We have a little brain that creates problem. We have little heart. Bondage is not required. At least some attachment to people is good enough. Bondage is the worst. So the bandhanam is what is generally used in Bhagavad Gita and we translate it as attachment. Actually it is not attachment. If I don't have attachment, I will not even attend this program. If I don't have attachment, I will not even answer this. So attachment is different and bandhanam is different. So uddhared atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripur atmanaha. My conflict is because my own manas is conflicting with my brain. My brain and manas is conflicting. That's my problem. And another one, what is chit with full of mind? What we want is peace of mind. Right? Where is peace of mind when mind itself is a thought, full thought? The thought itself makes me upset and collect all the experience junk with me so that I cannot be in peace. So the word peace of mind itself is a misnomer. Mind cannot be peace. So how can you have a bad good thing in the world? Bad and good are contradicting each other. Similarly, peace and mind are contradicting and conflicting each other. So nobody can have peace of mind. I can either have a full mind or empty mind. The other day I was talking about mindfulness program. I was called for a teacher's training program, how mindfulness can be used. I said, you are all stupid. Mindfulness gives you no thoughts. We are beyond self and time. So I can only be an empty-minded person. When I am an empty-minded person, I can reflect. Shankara said, Manam Darpana Samanam. I have nothing when I came and joined here. So I started reflecting on what I heard. That's what I am doing. So reflection doesn't have impressions. When I have impressions, I have problem. My impression is, oh, this person is a great speaker. So then what happens? I will not even contradict. I will not conflict. I will not think. I accept whatever he says. That is not part of Bharatiya Shastram. Bharatiya Shastram always believe in starting like a mirror, reflect on ideas. So reconstruct and construct internally. So everything is an experiment. My learning, what I spoke maybe in the beginning is not what I am speaking today. Just after 10 minutes, I am a changed person. My experience is different because the subject itself got into a different burthen, not the burthen what I started, right? Because I had no connection. Understood? So I was taking a physical vessel to fill it. Now I am not taking a physical vessel. I am taking the manas as my vessel and trying to put to that gum is the vessel, with either sukham or dukkham. That is my experience. Okay. It's a beautiful topic. Nice. Thank you for making this active.
Sir, by mindfulness, it is normally said to be present in the time and be alert of the time. Not mindfulness, the mind is full with the ideas. It is not the thing. Mindfulness means that you are present in the time, in the present in the moment, and moment is passing every minute, every second. So naturally, if you are alert of the changing of the time, you are mindful of that. You are mindful that you are doing this work, and you are mindful that this is happening in me, and these changes are taking. So if you are mindful, it means you are in present and you are aware of the work that you are doing. And in that way, you are managing the time, not the time is managed. You are right, sir. Thank you for a nice deliberation and spotting light on the page in a different way. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. TPS, Dr. Professor Avinash Srivastava and Anurama Bhattacharya, madam. And there is an agreement with all. Sir, thank you. There is an agreement with all. The focus is the present. The present is the most important moment of time. The focus should be on the present. We are going for a new experiment, as Dr. TPS said. Okay, the focus with the present moment. Well, even within the focus in the present, somehow naturally, even though we are not bringing in the experience mindfully, but the experience works because it has so much culture without very existence. We cannot negate that experience. It is so much culture. The mind has so much, as you say, to transform. That experience is not a negative experience. That experience is not a zero experience. It has nurtured our mind. That has been transformation. Already there is a transformation in the mind. Even though you are not focusing on the past, the mind has been nurtured to a new level, a new dimension, and the experiment is in the present. Okay, in a natural way, the past is working. You are doing
another
focus
sentence,
is on the
Dr.
present.
TPS, sir, another sentence, Dr. TPS sir said that our experiencing is always progressing. We are always in the progressive state of experience. Every moment I am a new person. Okay, every moment I am a new person. Every moment my experience is novel. This is also wonderful. And I feel his benign presence. I am very lucky that in this evening he is present, and in this evening, unfortunately, I am speaking.
Thank you, Professor Das. Dr. Maharana wants to say something. Well, Dr. Maharana.
No, I have nothing to say. Today I have learned so many things from Professor Das and especially from Dr. DPS sir and Professor Srivastav and you. And today the presence of Dr. DPS has enlightened us to focus on this theme. And in course of the speech of Professor Das, Professor Das had somehow said that every action should be done with mathematical calculation. But how every action could be done with mathematical calculation? Because we have surrounded with so many limitations. So how can we transcend it? How can each action be done with mathematical calculation? I want a reflective answer from Professor Das or Professor Dr. TPS sir.
So, well, from the Dr. TPS has something to suggest. Well, Dr. TPS.
I totally agree what Professor Das is saying, that we should have Sakshi Bhava. I am not involved in things.
Yes, sir.
But the problem, I'll take same example that I am driving on the road. My karma is to reach somewhere. But there is an accident which happened on the road. Now should I have a Sakshi Bhava? Should I have to get into my action which is in my assignment? Or should I change my assignment? Why I am asking this is, today is most of the interviews which we do in the civil service selection committee, or maybe the emotional, intellectual quotient, how do they manage emotional intelligence? Many situations are given to test how do they take decisions. This is actually, there is no single answer, because it all depends on, should I have to leave that person who is in accident saying that no, somebody will take care? Who is that somebody? Based on that person happen to be my closest relative, will I not stop? Though I am going to office, I have to reach at 9 o'clock to office. So this is always a conflict in common man's life. The mind management, mind control, decision taking, thinking what is to be done. Should I listen to my head or listen to my heart? Should I have an attachment? Should I have a Sakshi Bhava? All these are if and buts. I think there is no answer for common people for us. It is nice to say that we need to have like this, but I doubt, maybe Shankara himself did not had it. Though scripture wise he must have assigned that and then said this is how. So that transformation to get into Sakshi Bhava is what we are all looking for. That is what is maybe Atmiyata. That is where I don't care. I can also think anyway anybody has to die. It is his karma, let him die on the road, I don't care. No, that is not where we are living. I am taking care of my family. Two contradicting things. I am saying I have a duty to do. That means I have a future expectation. I have designed my duty based on what experience which I had. So my present duty involvement based on what experience and what job I have done, and my expectation what I am going to do it. Without these two, our life doesn't stop. So we have to look about a balanced role, goal, value model. I keep saying life is always a role, goal, value model. We are not an independent individual, because my karma, my dharma is not my individual karma and dharma. When I come to this philosophy family, I have a dharma. I am demanded to do this, so I am doing it. In my physical family, I have a dharma. So there also I have got a dharma which I am supposed to adhere to. When I am in an office, I have got an official dharma which I am supposed to adhere to. In a society, I have a different dharma. So my karma, dharma, everything has to be balanced. That is what Dashji told us, my duty. When you talk about duty, there is an expectation from me. There is a job which I am supposed to do. That is practical life, I think. So we are into this conflict. Whether I have to be a spiritual man without any attachment, without any bondage, or should I have to have an attachment with all my that is what is prarabdha karma. So as long as I have prarabdha karma, I cannot be a sakshi karma is not possible for me. That's what I feel.
So dharma means what is your appropriate decision, appropriate action in a particular situation, in a particular space and particular time. Thank you, sir. The discussion will go on. So we shall discuss.
Thank you, Professor Das. Well, one thing comes that the decision at the present and the primacy of the present depends on the culture of the mind. Okay, it's all on the culture, the transformation, the level of the mind that you have. It all depends on that. So, basing on that, the very moment can be taken differently by different persons depending upon the culture, the level of culture that they have undergone.
And today, we are very much privileged to have Dr. TPS in this webinar, and it is also due to the event managed by Professor Das. Dr. TPS has beautifully given his observation on the top that is on this webinar, and the statement that every moment is the moment of experiment and every moment is the progressive experience has motivated us and has inspired us to work further in our day-to-day life. And today the observation of Dr. TPS, Professor Avinash Srivastava, Dr. Anurima and Dr. Rao, and the responses made by Professor Pramod Das have benefited a lot. I don't want to have any appreciation for them. I simply bow down before such stars of philosophy, and I extend my gratitude to them.
Thank you, Dr. TPS. Thank you so much, and we are really sir. So thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We learned a lot from you, and you're a great source of learning for all of us, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Plus, and also think of a lecture, sir, in near future, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to Anurima's university next week. I'll be there 3 days.
Acha, sir.
North Bengal University.
Sir.
So these days the physical travel started, so I'm not getting time.
Okay, sir. So whenever you find time, sir.
Yeah, sure, always. Last time also I came and attended sometime.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.